Welcome to another episode of Dagon Pack News, or DPN for short. Let's just go ahead and get started, shall we? So first up, Crusader Kings 3 is going to allow you to play as a bisexual or asexual ruler. It's true. It's true. In Crusader Kings 2, they had, straight rulers and homosexual rulers, but bisexual and asexual rulers weren't like an official thing that they would have on there. So that's fucking great, right? Like more inclusivity and everything. I think is a fucking wonderful idea, personally. It's interesting though, because you can actually alter the settings to have a medieval world where asexuals are the most common sexuality. Can you imagine? So like, that actually sounds kind of interesting, right? But would we really have watched Game of Thrones if it was about a bunch of asexual people with only their logic to drive them rather than their sexual desires? Like, a Game of Thrones where Jaime Lannister doesn't want to bone his sister is not a Game of Thrones I want to be a part of. And it's interesting because, like, the various in-game societies can have adverse reactions to people of different genders or sexualities, right? So there's like a social aspect of it. One example is that certain faiths can actually be freaked out by women. Yes, that's right. The ancient inceltions. Of course, there's still no solid date on when Crusader Kings 3 is going to be coming out. You see what I did there? I am not even sorry about it, chat. I am not even sorry about it. I personally love Crusader Kings. Like, I played the hell out of Crusader Kings 2. Never on stream, though. You know what? Let's do this right now. Let's do this right now, chat. We're gonna do something. We're gonna go to Twitch, and we're gonna see how many people are streaming Crusader Kings 2 right now. How many people are streaming Crusader Kings 2? There are 5 people. There are 5 people playing Crusader Kings 2. You want to know what the top channel, how many viewers the top channel has for Crusader Kings 2? They have a whopping 7 viewers. Like, and this is why I don't play Crusader Kings 2 on stream. In our next story, the first trailer for the Dark Pictures Little Hope is full of witches and doomed teens. It's true. It's true. So we played Man of Medan last year, and it was so good. It was so good. I really, really enjoyed it. And I cannot wait to see what Little Hope is going to have to offer. But, you know, so a trailer full of witches and doomed teens might sound pretty scary. But the same could be said of 90s TV show Sabrina the Teenage Witch. Those poor doomed teens and their doomed television careers. So this new game, you know, they have like actual actors that portray like certain characters in the Dark Pictures games. They're going to be doing the same thing for Little Hope. Except this new game is going to star Will Poulter, who you may know as the man who was great in Bandersnatch, wasted in Midsommar, and triumphant in the 2020 Most Evil Eyebrows competition. Says the streamer with ginormous eyebrows. So this next story is really, really interesting, all right? So I'm willing to bet that y'all have no idea who the fuck this is. I didn't either. Apparently... Apparently, this is Activision Blizzard CEO Bobby Kotick. Bobby Kotick, the CEO of Activision Blizzard. Apparently, he gave out his personal cell phone number to 10,000 Blizzard employees to alleviate their concerns about various things going on, like COVID and what the company was going to be doing and things like that. He wanted to give his 10,000 employees some personal assurances that he was reachable with any concerns they may have. Now, that's a pretty fucking ballsy move. On an unrelated note, several thousand internet trolls have somehow got their hands on CEO Bobby Kotick's personal phone number? How did that happen? Kotick has said that he has already received a few hundred calls from his employees, though most of them are private numbers who simply called him Poopy Head and then ran away giggling like little schoolgirls. Some employees, I'm sure, are taking this seriously and calling him for work-related reasons, like to pitch a new video game about a lowly office clerk who works for a video game company by day and then turns into a sexy vampire hunter by night. It'll be called Dave from Human Resources, the game. Dick pics? Oh my god, I wonder how many dick pics he got, right? There's no fucking way it's his actual cell phone number. Like, I don't think I ever would do that. Says the streamer that has given out his personal cell phone number to, like, a lot of you. So in our next story, Animal Crossing fans are using the game, Animal Crossing New Horizons, for Tinder dates. They're actually, you know, they're on Tinder. They find another person who plays Animal Crossing, and then they go on a date in the game because of social distancing restrictions, right? It's like, why take the risk of being catfished in real life when you can go on an online date and try to catch an actual catfish? Or date a catfish? Or fuck a catfish? That's called noodle fishing, and I never want to see that again. Oh my goodness. I have questions, Dammy, that I know I do not want answered. Here's the really horrible part, though, chat. All these people are dating on these Animal Crossing islands. They're having the time of their lives. But poor Tom Nook. Poor Tom Nook. Look at him. He looks so sad. He's sitting there all by himself. Probably about 5 minutes away from jerking off. So, you guys might have heard about this next story. Apparently, a World of Warcraft fan server unleashed a days-long virtual plague to teach COVID-19 prevention. So, in this World of Warcraft server, they actually coded a plague into the game. It spread like wildfire, unsurprisingly. But here's the thing, right? So, like, do we really need to introduce viruses into video games? You know what I mean? Like, video games are supposed to be our escape from the real world. It's like when we play GTA, we don't want to have to obey traffic laws to teach us patience in real life work commute, you know? It's like, if I'm logging into WoW, the last thing I want to be worrying about is, like, all the shit that's happening outside, you know what I mean? I mean, hell, a lot of the WoW players haven't even thought about anything outside for years. The second time round, players were given various tasks to contain the virus. For example, wearing masks. Yeah, the players actually had to wear masks in the game. Now, the jury is still out whether the masks were actually effective in protecting from the virus. Like, especially when the rest of you is covered like this. That's not going to protect you from a virus. I doubt that would even protect you from a gentle breeze. Just because y'all are shaming me doesn't necessarily mean y'all are slut shaming. Actually, yeah, that's totally what that means. All right, now this next story is something, chat. So there was a $1,900 Death Stranding jacket released. This jacket cost $1,900 and it sold out instantly. I mean, who wouldn't want to walk around with a weird 2 baby strapped to their chest? Listen, chat, I'm a trendsetter. Ma'am, Damn, this is a Wendy's. I know, right, Wes? It's kind of like how the saying goes, where like things are worth whatever people are willing to pay for it, right? So by that logic, that jacket to me would be worth a half-eaten banana and some lint I've taken from my pocket. Okay, 2 lots of lint, but that's my final offer. So Cougar is releasing a recliner that's sold as a sofa made for one for gamers. Okay, now there's a lot packed into that statement. And it's funny because if you actually look at the marketing material, that I swear to God, chat, they actually describe it as the perfect accompaniment. The perfect accompaniment for a solo gaming session. I mean, they've got to be pulling our leg here, right? I feel like if these guys were the same guys behind the marketing for Fleshlights, they'd probably be referring to it as like a handy device to have in the bedroom. You know? Like this is actually the biggest travesty since I tried to play 2-player on Destruction Derby 2 on the PlayStation. You're a racing game. You can't have 2 cars on the screen at the same time. It's actually literally called Destruction Derby 2. It should be 2 players. I know it's been like 25 years, but it still bugs me, god damn it. They say it's a one-size-fits-all. As long as your all involves just you and no loving family or friends. What happened in the good old days when we would just duct tape ourselves to the ceiling during LAN parties? Yes! I got that reference, Avoria. It is ugly. You can tell that they literally took one of their like stock recliners that they already like made, right? And then they just made it red and black and said, gamer. This is a thing, chat. Pope Simulator promises a realistic depiction of life as the Pope. This is an actual game that's coming out. And TBH, it looks hilarious. Tasks in the game. So actually, funny story. Like, I actually looked into this game. And, like, you are literally a mage. The Pope is literally a mage. Like, you go around casting spells with Faith as your MP. It probably isn't going to be presented like that, but that's the gist of it. I'm just saying. Anyway, the tasks that you take on as Pope in this game will involve things like mass, confession, touring, and of course, covering up the church's many, 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 many scandals. See, it promises to be realistic, but what I really want is a combination of 2 simulation games as an expansion pack. That way, we can play the game we all really want to play, Goat Pope Simulator. Y'all cannot tell me that y'all wouldn't want to play that. I mean, just look at it. That game looks bomb, all right? The real question here, though, is which Pope do you get to play as? Where, like, are you going to play as a custom Pope, or is it going to be one of the more recent Popes? And is there, like, a good and evil system in the game? Like, could you play as a good Pope? Or maybe you could even play as a bad Pope? Anyway, yeah, so Pope Simulator is going to be coming at some point. We're not really sure when it's going to be released, but there you go. If you guys enjoyed the video, go ahead and hit those like and subscribe buttons. And if you feel so inclined, comment down below. This is for the YouTube folks, chat, not you guys. The Twitch people are like, what the fuck is he talking about? See, Seiji says, hi, YouTube peeps. We're super nice here. Y'all should come check us out live on Twitch when we record these things.